Storey for supplementary.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I do thank the Minister for the interest that he has shown in this issue. I think that Northern Ireland surely needs to honour such events as the centenary of Kennedy Kane McArthur, coming up particularly as it is now in 2012 when we have the Olympic Games in our nation, which will be held in London. But has the Minister any further suggestions what steps the organisation, Dervock District Community Association, could take to realise their plans to mark the anniversary of the centenary of one of our country's very key and important historical figures?
I think it's worth noting that in terms of history, Ulster has many black holes in its history, things that get forgotten, and that's certainly true in the realm of sport. And therefore, I am pleased that the folk in Dervock and the member are committed to marking this important centenary. I think events such as this and individuals such as this can be inspirational to young athletes today. They set up before them good role models. As already outlined by officials in my department, the organisers should focus their efforts on, firstly, partnerships in order to create a small celebratory exhibition for which they could apply for a London 2012 Inspire Mark and participate in London 2012's Open Weekend, which runs from the 23rd to the 25th of July 2010. Again, they could involve themselves and focus their efforts on producing the documentation necessary for an application to the events unit in respect of funding for their half marathon. The award of a London 2012 Inspire Mark would provide the official recognition of Kennedy Kane McArthur that the member sought from Lord Coe during his recent visit.
So we saw your question time there asking the Culture Minister what he could do. How important is it for people, say, in Dervock and beyond, that this man is recognised?
Well, I think it's very important, and I think that he's one of local heroes who is well remembered and well honoured. Unfortunately, because of the passing of time, there are fewer people who now can actually remember Kennedy Kane McArthur on a personal basis. However, given the fact that his memory is kept alive by an area of housing which is named after him, and obviously the half marathon that's still run every year keeps alive that memory. And in the town hall in Ballymoney we have a lasting memorial to Kennedy Kane McArthur. And given the fact that this year, or the centenary will be 1912, 2012 when we have the Olympic Games, it is a key way in to celebrating what is one of the world's great events, namely the Olympics.
Is it complicated by the fact that he ran for South Africa and not for Great Britain?
I think that adds to the colour of the person that Kennedy Kane McArthur was. And I think given the fact that he was very proud of not only the fact that he ran for South Africa, but proud of the fact that he was someone who came from Dervock, and that was reflected that when he had competed in the Stockholm Olympics, before he went back home to South Africa, he came back to Ballymoney. He was given a tumultuous hero's welcome. It said that they actually took the horses out from the trap that he was in, and people physically pulled the trap through the streets of Ballymoney, and then he went out to his home of Dervock. And in fact, he did return to Northern Ireland for a short period of time in the early 30s, but I understand that his wife was more settled in South Africa, so he returned to South Africa.
Prefer the weather there.